the magical world of Kronos, there were 20 magnificent mountains that towered over the land, each more majestic than the last. These mountains were said to be the homes of powerful beings and were shrouded in mystery and wonder. The first mountain was Mount Olympus, the highest peak in all of Kronos. It was said to be the home of the gods and goddesses who ruled over the land. Its snow-capped summit glistened in the sunlight, casting a radiant glow over the entire kingdom. Next was Mount Titan, a massive mountain that loomed over the landscape like a giant. It was said to be the home of the Titans, ancient beings of immense power who had once ruled over Kronos with an iron fist. Mount Aurora was the third mountain, known for its breathtaking beauty and ethereal glow. It was said that the northern lights danced across its peak, creating a spectacle that could be seen from miles around. Mount Gaia was the fourth mountain, known for its lush forests and crystal-clear lakes. It was said to be the home of the earth goddess Gaia, who watched over the land and all its creatures with a gentle hand. The fifth mountain was Mount Phoenix, a fiery peak that was said to be the home of the legendary firebird. Its flames burned brightly, lighting up the night sky with a brilliant red glow. Mount Leviathan was the sixth mountain, a massive peak that was said to be the home of the sea serpent Leviathan. Its waters were said to be teeming with all manner of sea creatures, from tiny fish to massive whales. The seventh mountain was Mount Valkyrie, a towering peak that was said to be the home of the fierce warrior maidens known as the Valkyries. They were said to ride across the sky on their winged steeds, carrying fallen warriors to the halls of Valhalla. Mount Chimera was the eighth mountain, a fearsome peak that was said to be the home of the mythical creature known as the Chimera. It was said to have the body of a lion, the head of a goat, and the tail of a serpent. The ninth mountain was Mount Griffin, a majestic peak that was said to be the home of the noble griffins. These creatures were said to be part lion, part eagle, and were known for their fierce loyalty and bravery. Mount Wyvern was the 10th mountain, a dark and foreboding peak that was said to be the home of the fearsome wyverns. These dragon-like creatures were said to breathe fire and terrorize the land with their ferocious attacks. The 11th mountain was Mount Basilisk, a sinister peak that was said to be the home of the deadly basilisks. These creatures were said to have the power to turn anyone who looked into their eyes to stone. Mount Kraken was the 12th mountain, a massive peak that was said to be the home of the legendary sea monster known as the Kraken. Its tentacles were said to be able to crush ships and drag them down to the depths of the ocean. The 13th mountain was Mount Gorgon, a dark and forbidding peak that was said to be the home of the fearsome Gorgons. These creatures were said to have snakes for hair and the power to turn anyone who looked at them to stone. Mount Hydra was the 14th mountain, a massive peak that was said to be the home of the deadly Hydra. This creature was said to have multiple heads, each one capable of regenerating if cut off. The 15th mountain was Mount Cerberus, a fearsome peak that was said to be the home of the legendary three-headed dog known as Cerberus. It was said to guard the gates of the underworld and prevent the dead from escaping. Mount Cyclops was the 16th mountain, a massive peak that was said to be the home of the one-eyed giants known as the Cyclops. These creatures were said to be skilled blacksmiths and were known for their immense strength. The 17th mountain was Mount Minotaur, a dark and labyrinthine peak that was said to be the home of the fearsome Minotaur. This creature was said to have the body of a man and the head of a bull and was known for its ferocious temper. Mount Harpy was the 18th mountain, a towering peak that was said to be the home of the deadly harpies. These creatures were said to have the bodies of birds and the faces of women, and were known for their piercing screams and deadly talons. The 19th mountain was Mount Sphinx, a mysterious peak that was said to be the home of the enigmatic Sphinx. This creature was said to have the body of a lion, the wings of an eagle, and the face of a woman, and was known for its riddles and cunning. The 20th and final mountain was Mount Dragon, a massive peak that was said to be the home of the fearsome dragons. These creatures were said to breathe fire and terrorize the land with their ferocious attacks. And so, the 20 mountains of Kronos stood tall and proud, each one a testament to the power and majesty of the magical world in which they resided. Their stories were whispered in hushed tones by the people of Kronos, who marveled at their beauty and feared their power. And so, the mountains of Kronos remained a source of wonder and mystery for generations to come.